Alright everybody, you've made it to the Jet Set Therapy channel where a little awareness goes a long way. My name is Jed Thorpe, licensed therapist. Now today we're going to go over, it's going to do it. We're going to address a controversial topic, and if you think that your parents may have messed up your life because of the way you were raised, well, you're going to want to watch the rest of this video, because yeah, they did. Alright, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. And I'm really happy if you have never seen this channel before and you're here for the first time. Really welcome. Extra welcome to you. If you like this information, I think you will, push the subscribe button. And if you want to comment, go ahead and comment, and thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. Push some buttons. That'll be fun. And then let's just get right into this whole "my parents messed up my life" idea. It's not a new belief system. I think this has probably been passed on from generation to generation to generation to generation. I could just keep saying that for a long time, because the first record of this you can find in Greek mythology. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. Zeus was not a good dad. Yeah, so that's as far back as this goes. This is pretty pervasive thinking. Maybe it's even a group think, world think at this point. Then there's just history until Freud, and Freud was the first person in psychology to come up with this. He came up with a lot of stuff. He is the grandfather of psychology. So Freud, in his psychoanalytic theory, put a lot of eggs in the basket of, yeah, your issues are because of your parents. You know, you've heard the phrase, "tell me about your mother." That's a Freud thing, psychoanalytic. So yeah, this goes back a long ways. But remember, Freud didn't have everything right. He had the idea that the son wanted to have sex with the mom. So, Oedipal complex, I think is what it was called. And by the way, that's not even new either. You go to Greek mythology, and that shenanigans stuff was happening even there. Like, don't even go into Greek mythology. It's maybe a little toxic. Maybe we shouldn't even talk about that. So, there you have some history of this pervasive belief system that's been through our culture forever, it seems, that your issues as an adult are because of the way you were raised. And let's just analyze that a little further. It's just fascinating when people come through here and they say, "Oh, thanks, Jed. Thanks so much. You've helped me out." So, oh, yeah. I will always say, listen, you can thank me, but it's not me. I didn't do any of the work. I say the same thing to a lot of people in different ways, and some people do something with it, some people don't. It's not about what I say. It's not about how I therapeutize. It's about how it's being perceived. Same thing goes with parenting. It's not about how the parents parent. I get it. Parents matter, but they don't make a difference. And there's a great article called "Parents Matter, but They Don't Make a Difference" on Psychology Today. So this is also not a new idea, that maybe the parents aren't as much of an influencer of a child's adult life as they thought. There is something there, though. I just wouldn't put all of your eggs in that basket. Even through, later than Freud, you had John Bowlby, who was a psychologist, came up with the 4 attachment styles: anxious attachment, which is all of Zeus's kids had anxious attachment, anger attachment, avoidant attachment, and secure attachment. So the parenting matters, but ultimately it doesn't make a difference. Just like my clients that come through, what I say matters, but they're gonna perceive it how they perceive it. You've heard this before. You've seen where a parent can parent their kids the same way, but for whatever reason, man, the kids are going off in all sorts of directions. Which leads me to the next angle of how to look at this. You ever notice that people will blame someone on their failures? Like, if it wasn't for this person, I blah, blah, blah. Poor me. Victim, by the way. They'll blame their parents on everything wrong in their life, but they won't blame their parents on everything that's right in their life. It's like they're cherry picking on some level. Like, it's your fault for my issues that are bad, but the things that I've done awesome, that's all me. It just doesn't add up. And just another way to look at this idea, this pervasive belief system through our world, group think that we've got going on. that the parents have a lot more to do with our situation, if dire, than we would probably want to believe. That's a pretty natural to want to deflect that and blame it on someone. But rather than blaming your history, you'll have a lot more freedom when you just explain where you are via your history, which is what I like to do. A little awareness goes a long way around this. And the last angle that we'll look at is just gotta remember, anything you can say poor me afterwards, you are in victim stance. And victim stance is hashtag research, hashtag science, thinking error. You will never feel good being in a victim mentality. You just won't feel good thinking that it was someone else's fault. So there's got to be a way that you can figure out to take yourself out of that and place yourself more into accountability. And you can do that with awareness. After watching this video, you are now aware of 4 different ways to look at the belief of my parents messed up my life. If I was raised differently, my life would be different. Not necessarily. It's all about what you're perceiving, what you're picking up, and what you pick up isn't what someone else is going to pick up, even if they were the same message. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. I don't think I have to reiterate that message or say it again. I'll say it again anyway. The reason why you are where you're at is because of how you perceived things getting to where you're at. And once you can see how you perceive things and how it wasn't the most healthy way to perceive things, you cannot continue to perceive things that way. That said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gives you something to think about, because I hope you liked it. I really do. And if you want to see more, just go to the website, www.meaningtolive.com. And until next time, awareness up.